everyone, thanks for watching Access Hockey MI. We are delighted to bring you all sorts of hockey news every time we film, and we're delighted that you watch our videos and that you comment on our videos and that you subscribe and that you like them, because you do all of those things. Thank you so much.
And if you haven't, then you probably should.
You better do all those things.
We know who you are.
We don't. We have no idea. Oh, she does. That's a little scary. Anyways, first of all, I just want to point out that Connor McDavid has over 100 points in under 60 games played.
Yeah, so
I feel like that's a good thing to note, just because last week we were like fawning over Sean Farrell for having over 100 points in the USHL.
I wouldn't say fawning, I would say respectfully
admiring the talent that
players.
is Sean Farrell of the future of the future Montreal Canadiens. But yeah, in the NHL, it's a whole different story. It's very impressive. So congrats, Connor McDavid. It's cool to see a player like that in our time.
He's under 25. So
it's
that's
great.
Very impressive.
But today we're going to talk about someone we like more. Chase Pearson of the Detroit Red Wings, who was drafted in 2015. He's playing with the Grand Rapids Griffins right now, and we think he's one of the most underrated drafted players that we've got on the team. He's not someone that we would consider a superstar in the limelight, just because we would think that'd be like Joe Veleno. He's very touted. Philip Zadina,
congrats
very
on your
touted.
First goal, by the way, buddy.
Don't know if you ever see these, but you know what?
If you do.
But yeah, we're going to talk about Chase Pearson today and kind of his overview of since we've drafted him, and let's go before I get too sloppy.
So you're going to see kind of a trend in these next couple of videos. We have a lot of content coming, so keep an eye on that. But we want to highlight the players that are underrated, the older guys who have been in the system for quite some time and just kind of older guys. Yeah, he's still young. But you know, the guys that are quietly developing and they're impact players on the team, they're constantly contributing to the success of the team, and they're the ones that are not headline guys, but they are still foundational pieces to the team and development. And that's what Janae means by not a superstar. He's not a headline kind of guy.
He's a superstar to us.
Exactly.
And
You're
he
all
should be
superstars.
to you too.
Exactly.
Everyone's a superstar.
Equally. Except Chalowski. Womp womp. So, and with Chase Pearson, one of the things that we have noticed over the last couple seasons is, and he's only been with us 2 full-time seasons, so this is already incredible that he's developed so much, but his
full-time. And that's including the shutdown of 2021.
I just want to stop even thinking that's a thing.
It's not. It's done.
But his face-off efficiency is one of the things that we have consistently noticed. Now, he was already very efficient when he came in. He was the captain of the University of Maine. He had a lot of responsibility there. So when they pulled him over to Grand Rapids, he meshed
before the end of his collegiate career.
Yes. So he was his junior year. He got pulled over. But when he started with Grand Rapids, it's one of the first things that we noticed about him is that he was a very tight face-off kind of guy. He won a lot of face-offs. He uses his body really well, I think, too. Yeah. But his face-off efficiency has increased over the last 2 seasons. He's really worked on that, and it was something that he really wanted to focus on. And it has improved dramatically, and he's gotten a lot of responsibility in the face-off circle.
Yeah. So he was drafted 2015, 140th overall, and like Rachel said, he's been with us 2 full seasons. And he, in his first season, 22 points, 59 games played. This season alone, he was on track, if we were going to play the full amount of games, to beat that by incredible amounts. Because now he's got 19 points in the time of this video, 26 games played. That's an incredible amount of production, and that's it's consistency too. So that's very important and very impressive. So something about Pearson, he plays a lot like Dominic Turgeon. So if you know how Turgeon plays, he's very good with his legs when skating. He uses a lot of his body. He uses a lot of his leg to interfere, not in a penalty way, but like in a good way, like a defensive, offensive player. That's pretty much, that's Pearson. Pearson plays really similarly to Turgeon. He gets a little more points. He gets in front of the net. He's really good net front. But something about him also is his speed and playmaking ability. He's very tenacious.
Yes.
He's very good at getting the puck deep and getting a play going. And that's something that's very, of course, important if you're going to be a production guy on a production line. He's also been on more power plays, which is different than last season. I didn't see him on a ton of power plays last season, but that just shows an increased amount of trust, I think, from the leadership and from the coaching staff. So I think that's fantastic, too.
And I think it helps, too, in the current situation. We have a lot of younger guys coming in, too. So Pearson's going to be looked at as one of those vet players that they're going to put out there with kind of a younger player, and he's going to be leading the way. And so I think that kind of helps with getting him more ice time and responsibility.
But he's also been on the line in the power play. So Riley Barber and Tyra Hirose are like the go-to.
Those are fun
and Chris
to
Golo
watch.
are like the go-to power play guys.
The fastest power play line you'll ever see.
Fastest, most point production, that kind of thing. So to see Pearson out on a line with a lot of guys who the coach knows are going to get points. Like Barber was on the team specifically for point percent. And same with Criscolo.
His job title is scorer.
Hirosi's just getting better and better as the games go by. So to have, you kind of can see kind of how the players are progressing based on who they're put with. And I think that's a testament to Pearson to see that he's been put with these really point productive guys in these situations.
Exactly. And another thing about Pearson, we're kind of gushing about him, but
it's a video about him.
It's with good reason. But he is what we've kind of titled a clean grinder. So, you've got your grinders, and everyone kind of in the hockey world assimilates that to being kind of gritty, kind of nasty. He's not. Like, he's extremely offensive and very good on the boards with his body, like Janae was saying, but in a clean way. He does not take reckless penalties. In fact, I would venture to say he's probably got some of the lowest penalty minutes on the team.
Probably.
But
I can't remember
never
last time.
see him in the box if he's laughing. Because it was probably wrong. No offense, Stripes. But but he's very clean with all of his plays and his movement, where he's going to aggressively go after the puck and make a play happen, but he's not going to do it at the expense of putting his team shorthanded.
Right.
So that's one thing that, when you have a player like that who is very conscientious, and they're not going to risk the safety of the team's structure during that time for a play to happen that might not actually happen. It's really good to see that. It shows maturity, it shows follow through, and it shows discipline, exactly, and where he can kind of read that and know exactly what he's physically capable of doing and execute without risking anything else.
And that's a great point. He's just, I would say, a cerebral athlete.
Yes.
Is how I would put it. He's very forethought oriented. Yeah. He knows what he can do and what he needs to do in a situation. Yeah, and what he shouldn't do, or what is possibly going to get in trouble, or what's possibly going to not result in a turnover. Things
he's
like
not Lady Bing. He's a great guy, but
he'll hit you to get you out the puck, but it's like it's not going to be a penalty induced hit.
He's not going to Tom Wilson you.
Wilson. Pearson is just someone that we've noticed ever since. It feels like we've been watching him forever because we go to the prospect tournaments in Traverse City, which is something we're really looking forward to this year. There's so much talent coming up the pipeline. You guys got to stay in tune with it because it's so important, and you're going to see these guys on the Red Wings, and you're going to see this team flourish in the future, and it's going to be fantastic. And Pearson, I want him to be one of those key guys on the Red Wings. I think he could be great. I think he could do a lot of good work for the Red Wings, and I hope that happens. So he did sign an entry-level contract in 2019. So this is his last technically season as of right now. So hopefully we can re-sign him, leave him protected for the expansion. But Rachel, speaking of expansion, what do you see the future of Pearson and the future of the expansion and drafting?
Expansions are hard. We learned that with Vegas expansion when we lost Nosek, and that was a really hard loss.
He's doing great.
He's doing fantastic.
Congratulations, Nosek.
Love that guy. He's salt of the earth kind of guy.
Yeah, he's great.
But with the expansion coming up, and this is going to be a very busy off season. Detroit just finished up their season on a win. So no, they lost in overtime. I'm sorry, but still,
it's all right.
They're doing all right, and they ended with a better record than what we all expected. Yeah. But Yzerman has a lot to do now with the draft coming up, getting prepared for that, looking at the expansion draft with Seattle, trying to figure out, because they cannot protect everybody, and they have to expose a certain amount of players for both AHL and NHL levels, depending on what their contracts look like. So for Pearson, being at the end of his entry-level contract right now, Detroit has a tough decision to make whether or not to sign him again for an extension of a year or two, or expose him, wait till after the expansion happens, and then make a contract decision.
And that completely depends on where they see the future of the Red Wings, where they see the guys that they have developing right now, where they see... I think he's got a good shot, though. He does. I really do think so.
I would think maybe another year or two, at least with Grand Rapids, with the opportunity.
But I kind of do think they're going to leave him unprotected.
Probably.
But I don't think he'll get picked up.
Right. And it's nothing against him either. Like, if a team is looking at an entire club to pick someone out of...
Seattle has... I'm certain that they've already got down what kind of players they want. I'm certain they've already...
I think they're going to copy-paste what Vegas did.
Well,
basically.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
They did all right.
Vegas did well, and they're still doing well. Their AHL team is killing it.
Do you think George McPhee's going to go over there, too?
Create another...
Empire
and another...
The man is gnarly.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
It's a good job.
Yeah, smart guy. But yeah, I think you're right. I think Pearson's going to be exposed, but he's not, and like we said in the beginning, where, he's not superstar. He is for us and for our team, but it might not be what, Seattle's looking for.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, what I was saying before is that I'm certain Seattle's already looking at every single team and has their, okay, if this guy's unprotected, take him. If this guy is, take him. If this guy isn't, wait for this, you
Right.
know. And I'm certain that's what they do. That's what they've been doing for however many years. They've been
like 2 or
building
3
their
seasons
arena. They've
figuring
been
it out.
creating their
It's gonna be
empire.
a nice arena.
Yeah,
Very
it's going to
nice.
be interesting to see the team flourish because I think they have. This is kind of off topic
It's
already,
fine.
but that's okay. But I think they've got something to live up to, considering the last expansion team
Yes.
did so well. So
Yeah.
they have a lot to live up to.
It's a very high standard to
Yeah,
meet up to. But
sure.
I think going forward with Detroit, and especially with Chase Pearson, I think you should expect to see him around a little bit more, maybe another season or two. But he's going to be a guy. I think he's going to consistently get better. He's going to continue to fight. You know, he's got his collegiate career and stuff that he's got a backup plan in case it doesn't work out. I think it's in accounting or something. So
something.
But at the same time, hockey is his number one focus right now, and I would love to see him do. You know, it's kind of like that Cinderella story where he was drafted out of the USHL and all that kind of stuff, but he kind of got lost in translation, I think, amongst the media. And it would be really cool to see him kind of make a resurgence and get on top there.
Seen it done before, and that
Yep.
would be great to see because it couldn't happen to a better player. So
He's
that
a good guy.
is everything that not everything. That's a lot of what we think of Chase Pearson.
That's a truncated version of what we've talked about for the last
for a long time.
Couple years.
Let us know in the comments if you've kept up with his career, if you like how he plays, what you've noticed about him. Let us know what you think Detroit's going to do in the expansion draft. That's going to be very interesting. Yzerman he's got his way. He knows what he wants to do.
Yeah.
The team, the brass, they know what they want to do.
Happy birthday, Yzerman, by the way.
At the time of this filming.
It's his birthday.
Happy belated birthday.
Forever 40.
Yeah, right. But yes, let us know in the comments what you think. Like and subscribe. We appreciate your views. We appreciate everything that you do for us just by watching and letting us do this for you. So that's super great.
Thanks for sticking with us this season.
Yes, we will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.